All right, y'all, what's happening? Right when we get on the stream, the market dumps the bear flag. The bear flag FTW for the win. Beautiful stuff. Welcome. It is Wednesday, July 23rd, and this is the Bookmap stream. We're going to be using Bookmap. Yesterday was an absolute textbook analysis with textbook order flow presentation on the order book for Bookmap. Fantastic. We had about 4,000 lots lifted the market up. Today, we're not so lucky. There's a little bit of flow on the book, but not that much to get excited about. NASDAQ is almost completely anemic. 23.2 is the only thing we have here. We just had a big old flow down, and then, of course, yet another insta-bottom wick. On ES, we have a little bit of liquidity at 63.64, but that was taken out. Overall here, the bulls are failing to move off the lows. And I have to pay attention to that. After such a large drawdown in the morning, relatively speaking, we have multiple bottom wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bottom wicks on the S&P. And all 6 of them have failed to go lower. So that tells me the bulls aren't ready to bounce yet. Not until at least we have volume. So that's what I'm really looking for here. Now, on the order book, we did have 63.65. That has now been wiped. We have 63.85 up top, which we need to watch. We also have 63.30 that has come on in the last hour. 63.30, which is 30 points lower, has presented on the book over the last hour. So we need to watch that. It's still very light, but it's there regardless. Right now, we wait and we watch. We wait and we watch. The CVD is holding green despite the red that we've had this morning. It's been barely negative this morning, and now it is green 1200 on ES, which is not massively green, but it's still green. It's still green. Can NASDAQ break? Can NASDAQ break? Red candles. Red candles. You and me both, Math. I can't watch it either. Especially that movie 13 Hours. Nice large red candles all the way down. Beautiful stuff. Breaking the bear flag. Anyone trade the bear flag? Not normally something that's actionable to me. 63.58 down to 63.50. No volume so far. We have a slight uptick in volume on that candle into testing support again. If this candle fails, I am actively targeting 107 on NASDAQ. If this candle fails. So be ready. I've been lying in wait like a sniper all morning. I like your volume profile indicator. I was wondering which one was it. Volume profile indicator for me is KV4 coin. So if you go to my indicators right here on the screen, if you can see it, we have volume profile KV4 coins. Yeah, see it's right there. This one right here, KV4 coins. I've got it set to a 500 look back. So if you're looking for volume profile, make sure you set it to 500. So given more retests of a support level breakdown or bounce, the more you test a support without bouncing and holding, the higher the odds of a breakthrough lower. So right now I am going to look to actively play this down to 23.107. Once I see the top wicks form, if I see the top wicks form, that's when I'm going to actively play down to 107. AKA take a trade, AKA banana. Because we've already tested this thing like 6 times. And it just won't bounce. I need some music. Just had my grandpa's funeral yesterday at Veterans Cemetery. He's 98. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Woodloot. But 98, man, that's an amazing life. I bet he's seen some awesome stuff. I appreciate that. Thanks to your grandfather's service. He lived a good one, definitely. All right. Another top wick, 163. We have put buying calls, selling some calls, but overall net positive on calls. But the option chain has flipped negative delta. What do you have for ticks, Mojo? What do you got? Look, they're putting on a 63.40 here too. So they're building structure lower, although light. Talk about holding patience. Constantly makes me question my position. Down again, right here. Ticks are basing a decision point right now. I think it's, my gut says down. My gut says down. They're going to absorb and go lower here. Remember, math, less is more. The higher quality entry that you have, the easier it is to hold. If you are in a position that you're constantly fighting getting back to break even, it's going to be very difficult for you to hold that position. If you're holding a position that goes green relatively quickly and then stays green and the market starts to use your point as defense, that's where it's easy to hold a position. So obviously, it sounds obvious, but your best interest is to wait for high quality outlier positions. That is absolutely one of my issues. Yeah. Good morning. Have a great morning. Beautiful, Dan. Look at that. God, it's beautiful. Little Canadian landscape there. Beautiful. Don't look any different from my home. You're confused? What's up? What's up, Brig Baby? What are you confused about? Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me. Dan doesn't even trade. He plays golf and hops in here to do Kermit gifts. Yeah, probably. Break lower of July 22nd, 3-touch day old, 33.57 close, took the short candle. Top wick, set the stop loss for the golfing candle. Yeah. Appreciate the analysis, Kennedy. The break lower retest. God. Still no volume. Top wick here, 165. NASDAQ has 175 there. Another top wick. What do you expect out of Google and Tesla earnings? Honestly, I have no expectations from them. Opportunity, I would say, is that when they move into support or resistance, I'll play it. Without volume, trend lines and SR means nothing most of the time. Volume is confidence indication. You can have all the setups in the world. You can have all the setups in the world, but the volume gives you confidence. My MNQ position is much better than MES. Mine MES 58. 2 positions. Gold is on track for the second highest closing price in history. Interesting. Well, if you want, if you want me to take a look, you can either DM me math or throw them out here, whichever, and we can kind of go through them, see what you got. Right now, I'm just waiting for something to scream confidence, volume. ES just filled that top liquidity, or Nasdaq just filled the top liquidity at 175. ES still has a 70, but it's still very light. So they have 85 up here, but again, very light. If this was 500 or 600, that's different. But these orders are just so light, I can't drive confidence off of them today. So I need volume. Now, what do we have volume here on the S&P? The first time we've had volume now is finally this big, large red engulfing candle, which tells me that we're still going down. That's the only confidence I see here, is at a high volume sell, higher volume sell. But the corresponding price action doesn't really match. I want to take something, though. All right, what we got? So you're short 2 on NASDAQ from 179 right here. When was the entry? Did you enter on these candles back here, like the 10-15 candle? All right, so as long as that position is still open and you're short from 179, which is right here. I mean, so far the position's not terrible. I mean, you're in profit, things are working well, you're top wicking off your entry, which is what you want. So you made the right choice of shorting into a supply, because the market is showing you that this is in fact at least micro supply, because it's shorting off of it. Top wick, top wick, top wick off of your entry, which is what you want. So what I would do is do not preemptively take profit. Let the market give the market a chance to sweep all the way down to the lows of the day, even if that means stopping out for break even or even a loss. I never want to lock in profit simply because it's just profit. I want to lock in a position when the theory I want to play plays out. That's how you begin to take larger and larger plays going forward in your career. So for 179 right here, if it closes under 179, then you have a good potential setup to go to 23,100, and there, boom, there's a 75 point or 79 point win. But you just got to be patient enough, especially if you're trading that or MNQ. You've got a little more breathing room. price action is junk. Just wait for decent red. Oh, you already answered that. Yep. It's very rare. I guess not rare, but it's rare for most traders to find a short position that the market is keeping you constantly in profit. And that's exactly what's happening right here. You have a good quality entry here. Don't give it up too easy. Top wick. Because every time, look, there's another top wick right off of it. Look for 152. What's love got to do with it? Why do I have that song stuck in my head? Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Ah, delicious. Is VPA showing any clues on the S&P? Right now, the only volume we've got is this large red candle right here. It's the only one we have. Excuse me while I request another payout. Not yet. What is the request for 75%? Don't do that. NASDAQ, still holding 179 right here. Still holding 179. Very boring price action, though. The typical midweek Wednesday shenanigans. Typical. Anyone have anything else? Oh, man. Very boring price action. Even the 1 minute is garbage. Look at oil, people. Oil just had their inventory report. They're back and forth. If they fail this, 64 is on my radar, baby. On my radar. Gold's not moving. Silver's not moving. Dow's not moving. PL is starting to creep up, but slowly. RTY is still showing rotation. Still showing rotation. Good talk. 6370 is moving. The 192. Called in half your ICs. Nice. Killing it with the ICs, man. I love it. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. NASDAQ still top wicking into this high price. $23.62 ES has a little liquidity at 65. We have call buying and put selling here, but price action is incredibly slow and incredibly weak volume. Is this breakout time for NASDAQ? Is it breakout time? Or is it top wick time? Good for summertime. Heck yeah, man. Terrible price action. This is garbage. I don't even have any dad jokes for you. I do need to mute though. I'll be right back. I am back. 63.65. NASDAQ breaking out. We have 500 million in calls purchased, 60 million in puts sold. So this is a very positive delta scenario for options. Even if we get a breakout, I don't think there'll be much momentum. Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. No, 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 no. Yeah, I like it. That's a great tweet. There's no volume on the NASDAQ breakout. Well, if there's no volume, that means that the sellers have completely dried up, and it's allowing very weak anemic buyers to go higher. Which means you got to play the long side until we hit supply. Look at that. NASDAQ puts 220 on. So we have our morning high and low here set to, which is 263 down to 142. So we're talking about a 120-point range on NASDAQ. And about a 20-point range on the ES. Smack dab in the middle. Other than that, a very boring week chart this morning. 550 million in calls and 96 million in puts. ES wants, or NASDAQ wants this 2315 area. Take a look at that area. That's what they're creeping up to. That's where the skew is on the book, is 23,210, and then up to 220. And it's just kind of going here. There's that liquidity, 209, 210 or so. Let's see what they do with this. No volume. Just absorb liquidity. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now it's going. $23,215, 216. CVD is 1400 green. So obviously the skew is higher. They're pulling that thing up, but just slow. Aggressive call buying. We have 760 million in calls and 320 million of sold puts. Sold puts. Interesting top wick. Nice short on copper. Beautiful. So we just tapped that upper range and that upper main liquidity on NASDAQ here and then top wicked it. So keep an eye out. If you're one who likes to follow trend lines, there's a nice little trend line here on NASDAQ still respecting. So maybe another opportunity there to exploit that. Gold's still coming back down. Oil's not moving at all. Last few days, the big moves have been open and then chop. Yeah, you're exactly right. This price action is garbage. Garbage. Nice sweeping top wick. Beautiful. Look at that. Where's Kennedy at? Oh, there he is. Yeah. Garbage. Did you say trend line? I did say trend line. Little NASDAQ trend line right there on the 5. Right on top of liquidity, too. So beautiful. They executed all that upside liquidity, pull up to it, hit supply, top wick as the offering hits, and we have a nice little top wick there. Still not everything that I want to see. I'm not interested in this back and forth crap. I want big daddy moves. I want big daddy moves. Now they're going to come up, retest that. They're going to trap the people trying to chase the shorts, come up and get that liquidity at 23.2 again, and then we'll be free to roam about the cabin. What is a big daddy move in this environment with little or no volume? Well, I mean, I could probably define it as probably a 100+ point move on NASDAQ, maybe 30, 40 point on ES, but the main thing will be big daddy volume. If I can have big volume, that will really give me confidence. Literally had the same discussion with a buddy the other day. Get your plays in during the first hour and then take it off. Yeah, 100%, man. Tailor your strategy to the environment. Big Papa. I like it when you call me Big Papa. Thoughts on NVIDIA? It's huge. Let's go take a look. NVIDIA is ridiculous on all sense of the words. You know, they're at 170. Just put in yet another new all-time high every day. So, in my opinion, all the liquidity right now is still holding up in NVIDIA while Apple continues to underperform, which, if you remember, Apple was the golden child there for years. Hey, bottom or top wick here. Now, not so much. So right now, you know, you gotta play the NVIDIA play until she breaks. But when NVIDIA breaks, it's all gonna break. Man, what boring price action this is. Oh man, it's interesting that NASDAQ or that the S&P is still using this level. This has been now multiple rejections off 63.32 here. and putting on this little bear flag. NASDAQ wants, it looks like 23,205. Now look at this. NASDAQ is toying with this 200 level. They put on a bunch of liquidity. They're sticking on 200 again, but that is it. There is nothing else above. Nothing. So keep an eye on this last liquidity here. If they continue to pile lower, like they are in the S&P, nothing on NASDAQ here, that'll fulfill the afternoon thesis. But right now, all they've got is 200. On ES, they've got here at 63, 65, 70, and they still have this 85 cat, but they're also building back. Well, no, they took that cat off. All right, so 63.25 came off. So that's off the books. So right now, all we have is higher on the S&P. That's it. Now that they've taken off that skew lower. It's still light, though. I would like to see a big old 6, 7, maybe even a 1,000 lot on ES to kind of get things rolling. But when the order book is slow, man, I mean, this is what you're going to get. Not every day is going to be a banger. Not every day is going to be a banger. We have 637 million in calls and 114 in sold puts, so a grossly positive delta environment. Nothing else is moving, literally. Rear delt lateral raises. All right. Before we start wrapping things up, because we're coming up to the end of the stream, tomorrow, maybe Friday, we'll see. This week, we're going to be doing our first 150,000 account giveaway on TakeProfitTrader. It'll be for our Tier 2 members. So if you are Tier 2, we'll be doing a similar way to do this. We'll be drawing names out of a hat, and you'll be eligible for a 150,000 account on TakeProfitTrader. Free account, baby. Free accounts. Come one, come all. Get it all. Get that money. Get that money. It'll make me feel really good if I can give you a free account that's cost you nothing. Use the affiliate code to get a free funded account through that and then get free money. Basically, zero cost to get money. Keep it up. No movement here on NASDAQ. It's 150K eval, yeah, not a funded. Yeah, they said they might one day give me a funded account to give away, but it'll be a 50K, not 150K. I'm thinking I'm getting a PCS on NDX. Your thoughts? I would be very careful with that. Me personally. One, NDX is a big boy thing, which you should know by now if you're going to play that. But I think we're getting close to a seasonality change. So even if you are bullish at this point, which you still should be, the market is only now beginning to show some signs of distribution, but we're not there with the volume. So if you are placing that position, just be aware is that this is a typically bearish season coming up. End of July, early August in that time frame. So you just got to be careful. Giveaway funded. Yeah, if they do give it to me, I'll 100% give it away. I'll give away a funded account. %100%. Apologize for being boring here. This is absolutely terrible. Terrible. Just the market. Definitely Mojo. Definitely. Look at this cat right here. 63.62. Let's see what they could do. Little liquidity there, but yeah, we are back and forth, dude. Back and forth. NASDAQ has 23,205 is the only liquidity. They've got a couple of small potatoes lower. But, yeah, that's just midday. Coming up at the end of the stream, we're going to call it, and they'll go from there. I'll keep an eye on things in the afternoon. If things pick up or if you have any opportunity, of course, I'll ping y'all or whatever. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right. Boring's better than losing. Yep. Zero cost to possibly change your stars. What do you mean? got any more of them tweets? Yeah. $63.25 to $63.30 is the upside call wall. Bonds still, I mean, nothing's moving. Yields are flat, bonds are flat. Everything is just mixed bag flat. That middle week, middle day time frame. Keep an eye on the options data, as the options data has been providing a lot of movement the past couple of weeks. Liquidity at 23,260. Very, very light, though. Very, very light. The divergence is slowly closing. We had a very large divergence this morning. Now it's not so much. It's starting to close the gap. Close the gap. Mind the gap. Looks like the market took an early lunch. Do I use Footprint, Trent? I do not use Footprint, although it's some people in the community do. I have nothing against it. In fact, it's maybe one day I'll learn it and include it. But I've tiptoed in it a couple of times. I've looked at it, but nothing in depth enough to get me either for or against it. Anything based on volume, I'm not going to hate on. Volume is market structure. It's the one single thing that's irrefutable, and it's the one single thing that the dealers cannot hide from us. So anything that's based in volume analytics, I'm a big fan of. Here comes Meta. Yep, Meta's coming up. NVIDIA's been climbing up still. Coming up. Oh, man. Just want to make a comment before I sign off. You've done such a great job navigating the market and providing some of the best insight to be successful. I appreciate that. Thank you for setting expectations the last couple of months and drilling in important concepts over the years. Can really progress. Appreciate that, Kyle. Thank you, buddy. That's a great compliment. Always try to give you all the best thing I got. So, thank you. building in a calls here. Ran out of trades. Could you let a butterfly expire? No bueno. Five more minutes, and we're going to wrap it up, call it a day. Right now, all we have is skew to 212. 212. That's it on NASDAQ. Any trades today? I took one trade on a Top Step account, but nothing on my personal account now. I just read, though, by the way, a lot of people were asking what happens to the buffer in TakeProfitTrader. And I was reading a little snippet they sent out. So, like, let's say you've got a 50K account, because we're giving those away. If you get that funded 50K account, you now need to buy up a $2,000 buffer before you take withdrawals. So you need to make $2,000 profit before you can start taking payouts. As long as you don't blow up the account, and let's say one day you just want to close the account, they pay that $2,000 back to you. That's your money. But if you blow up the account, obviously you're not going to get that. So just remember that. If you keep things slow and steady, you'd be good. Oh, man. This is one of the most boring days we've had in a while, isn't it? It's crazy. Before I sign off, I want to show y'all something real quick on the charts. Share. Chain stream. It's only a very little bit of data, but it's there. Look at this candle on the 5-minute chart here at 11 o'clock. It's the only high volume top wick we have since the opening move. So, for me, what I would do, put you a line right here, 217. We already have supply there. That high volume candle, top wick, with volume tells me there is supply sitting right here. So that is my upside target if I want to take any shorts. If the market drops before then, you cannot short it unless you confirm a three criteria trade. That's fine. But if you're going to short preemptively, you have to at least wait until this. This is where supply is. And then, of course, you still have to confirm. But that is the likely area because we have volume, we have wick, so there's supply there. It's the same way on ES, except it's not as pronounced. We have a little bit weaker move here, and we have a little bit weaker volume relative to the environment. 63.66, which is only 4 points higher. So we're not talking about a lot. But if you're looking to take a trade, a scalp trade, a short at least, that's where you want to do it. Until then, you got to chillax. Make sense? Understood. Nice. What do you want to see in that area? 3 criteria. I want to see top wick with volume again. Or even you could even plan for a sweep. Because you know the whole they know, we know, they know, we know, they know, we know, they know, they know, we know, they know. So we know that. So if they come up in this area and we want a short here, instead of taking a short right there, let it come up, sweep, volume spike, top wick, and now you got a beautiful entry up here. So that accomplishes a couple of things. One, in the event that you're correct, you get a fantastic entry. That's going to be very difficult for them to shake you out, unless you're a jabroni. Number two, hold on a second. Number two, if you're wrong and you take a short up here, your losses are minimized. Instead of shorting here and taking a 30-point loss on NASDAQ, you could short here. And then if you are wrong and it keeps going, you could stop out and the losses are mitigated. Does Bookmap show the supply? It does, actually. It shows right here into 224 and 212. Now they are putting on a little bit higher, but it's still very light. If I had to guess, what they'll do is they'll run it up into this red box and then top wick it. Just because the 217 level is pretty evident. VIX is getting crushed. Yeah. All right, y'all. That is the 10:30 mark, so we have to call it a day. If you have questions about anything, let me know. Hit me up in the Discord channel, both on my channel or the Bookmap Discord. Either way. Or you can shoot me an email, optionsmillionaire2020@gmail.com. So, very slow day. Not much going on here. Couple of small opportunities here, but whatever. It's an inside day. It's a placeholder day. You can come join us next Wednesday if you want to do another Bookmap stream. Otherwise, we'll be in the Discord server tomorrow, bright and early at market open. Y'all have a good rest of the day. I'm out. See ya.